Welcome to Liquid Videos, and in this important edition we want to bring to your attention some important matters that affect our body polity, from the current mathematical formula that is being discovered in Rivers State, and whether the case of Labour Party and PTOB in court is in jeopardy. But first, if you are a subscriber to this channel, we want to say thank you and to request that you kindly share this video so that others can get more researched information on issues that borders on politics, business, and leadership. Now, you will remember that prior to the election, we did a video where we were shouting to the rooftop about the importance of sanitizing INEC's recruitment process, for recruiting, returning, and presiding officers for our elections. Now, we have evidence showing that there were fake INEC resident electoral officers that announced fake results in the presidential elections. And of course, we are also seeing that it might not just be the presidential election, it might include other elections across the country. Also, is Labour Party presidential election court case petition under threat of dismissal by the tribunal, as some persons may want us to believe, since the court refused to recognize the factional leadership of the party during the court proceedings. Again, you will recall that we did some videos, and I would like you to quickly, by the time you are done watching this video, check out some other videos on this channel at Lead Quick on YouTube. For you to see those other videos that we did, drawing the attention of Nigerians to the fact that even as the tribunal has refused to recognize the factional chairman of the Labour Party, in the court proceedings, petitioners at the Election Petition Tribunal have the burden of proof to show evidence that the election was not free and fair. And so, how does this sit into that narrative of enabling Peter Obi and Labour Party to be able to demonstrate to the court, to be able to provide leading evidences that will show that the election was not free and fair? Now, we know that election petitions adjudication process can be very technical, but the current drama being played out in court by Labour Party leadership torso is worrisome. Now, we shall be telling you, everything that you need to know about these issues and what it means for Labour Party and for P2B and for Nigerians that are looking up to that case to bring about some form of result for them, because of course people belong to different camps. There are people that belong to the Labour Party camp, there are people that belong to the APC camp, and so to whichever camp you belong to, you have different expectations from the court proceedings. But first, we would like you to hit the like, subscribe, and share button, as we go for a short break. Thank you for staying with us, and welcome back to Lead Quick Videos. Now, you and I know that litigating election disputes in court, especially Nigerian's court, can be very, very contentious, complex, and excessively technical. The complexity and the technicality of election petitions begin with the process of registering a complaint or challenging the outcome of the election. Now, unlike other court cases, election petitions are special cases in a class of their own. They are in a class of their own. Now, due to their special nature, the procedures and timelines for filing and for who filed documents are very, very unique. Some technical defects or irregularities considered immaterial in other proceedings, in other court proceedings, could be fatal to proceedings in election petitions. In addition, election petition tribunals and courts have adopted a strict constructionist approach which admits no extension to the timelines provided in the legal framework. Now, we are bringing this to you so that you will be able to make a decision. You'll be able to make an informed decision on how this is going to play out for Labour Party. On one hand, many Nigerians are even hoping that the case in court will be done over with, will be adjudicated before the swearing. Now, of course, we are all coming to that agreement that the swearing-in ceremony that is coming up on May 29 should proceed, should go on, because we are people of law, and our law, what our law stipulates is that once election result has been announced, the process can continue in court, while swearing in can also go on simultaneously or concurrently. Okay, and so now, because of this constructionist approach of the court, even the timeline that was provided by the Electoral Act, will not be amended. Okay, so even if Nigerians or Labour Party supporters want to say, okay, we want you to settle your dispute, your leadership tussle amicably, so that you can, focus on the court case. The law does not allow for unnecessary extension of the timeline. So Labour Party does not have the luxury of time to seek for adjournment, to be able to put his house in order. Now, based on Section 133 of the Electoral Act, not all parties can even be party to an election dispute. And it is not everyone that can, file a case challenging the outcome of an election. Now, this is why the ongoing leadership tussle in the Labour Party is detrimental to the process, to the court process for Labour Party. Now, for example, on 17th May 2023, the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Abuja called for the representatives of the Labour Party to stand for recognition to enable the court clerks to recall their representatives accordingly. Now, unfortunately, two persons from Labour Party stood up claiming to be the authentic representative of the party, which made the court to refuse to recognize Labour Party representation in court. Now, what would this mean for the case going forward? What will it mean for Labour Party, on one hand, with the case in court going forward? Now, let us examine the provisions of Section 133, subsection 1 of the Electoral Act 2022. Now, that provision says that an election petition may be presented by one or more of the following persons: A candidate in an election, or B, a political party which participated in that very election. Now, so in summary, Peter Obi can challenge the case in court even if the party decides to withdraw their own case in court. However, the question that is begging for an answer is, if Peter Obi can prosecute his court case independent of the party, why is Lamidi Apapa insisting on disrupting the party and the process in court? Could it be that there could be other reasons why he's still trying to disrupt the process? Now, many persons are alleging that he's in cahoot, or is working with the APC to take over the reins of the Labour Party so that he can withdraw the case in court. But based on the provisions of the Electoral Act, this, in our thinking, is not a very strong reason for this kind of trouble, because we have seen that even if Labour Party withdraws the case in court, Peter Obi can continue with his case in court. And from information that that is available to us, even in the documents that was filed in the court, Peter Obi's name actually came first, before the party. So, but in all of this, what do you think could be the reason why this leadership tussle is still very much a problem for Labour Party? Could there be other ways that Peter Obi case in court can be jeopardized if Lamida Papa takes over the leadership of the party? Let us know in the comment section what your thinkings are about these issues with Labour Party and the court case. Now, have you heard of one Dr. Dixon Ariaga? You can see the picture on your screen. Now, this man was the INEC returning officer for Oyigbo local government area of Rivers State in the just concluded and contested presidential election. Now, on February 27, 2023, in front of bank of microphones, Dr. Dixon Ariaga announced his name and claimed that he worked for the Federal College of Education in Omoko. And by that introduction, he read out the results for Oyigbo local government council, giving APC and Tinubu a huge victory in that local government. Now, you know that since the announcement of the election result by INEC, now that is the presidential 2023 presidential election result by INEC, it has been the subject of litigation. Interestingly, research has shown that beyond declaring fake election results, where he increased APC votes from 2,731 to 16,630 and reduced Labour Party result and Peter Obi's result from 22,289 to 10,784. Dr. Ariaga has since been discovered to be a fake academic doctor and a fake staff of the College of Education in Omoko. When the deputy provost of the said College of Education, Moses Ekpa, was contacted by the BBC reporter on the authenticity of Dr. Ariaga working for or being a staff of the College of Education, he said, from our records, both from our payroll and from our human resources, there is no such a name in our system, and we don't know such a person. Now, on his own part, Johnson Sinekiem, INEC's regional spokesman in Port Harcourt, in response to Dr. Ariaga's saga, said due to a gross shortage of time and personnel, they had needed to take on some people without verifying their identity documents. However, if the said Dr. Ariaga had presented himself as a lecturer from the college in Omoko, but it's not discovered that it was wrong, then he is dishonest. But the question is it the responsibility of job applicants to be honest, or is it the responsibility of the recruiter to be thorough in vetting candidates to be used in an important assignment such as the conduct of a presidential election or any other election for that matter? Now, if you check some of our videos, you will see the video we did where we talked about the issue, that surrounds the recruitment, how election, the rigging of election begins and ends with the recruitment of election officials. And we titled that video, "The Most Powerful Election Officials in Nigeria." And we said the most powerful election officials in Nigeria are the presiding officers at the various polling units. Check out that video and let us know what you think. Until that will come your way next. Bye bye for now.